That's right. That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time on Tuesday, September 16th at 7 p.m., I call this meeting to order. We get a roll call, please.
Counselor Funderburg,
Here.
Counselor Duffloff,
Here.
Counselor Katie McMillan,
Here.
Counselor Smith,
Here.
Counselor Dennis McMillan,
Here.
Counselor McLean,
Here.
Mayor Sype.
Here. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. At this time, we're looking for any questions or additions from staff on the agenda as it currently stands.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to add a new business item. I make a proposal and a motion to create a resolution to support the new police bond.
Okay. Any questions on that? Any things that like to go against that? Okay, with that amendment, we're looking for a motion as it currently stands.
Mr. Mayor, do we need to make a motion to specifically approve that? I did have a question about the agenda that I wanted to ask.
Go ahead and ask the agenda. We can pass it with that or without it, but you can do that with your motion further on.
So a specific request to add the item.
Yeah, it was specifically to add the item,
Add an agenda item to
new business.
add a new business item for a
resolution.
resolution
Yeah.
supporting the passing of the police station bond.
Yes.
Bruce, you have a question?
So a question about the agenda. So we did not do anything about planning commission appointments at the last meeting.
Correct.
I was wondering when we would see the next set of appointments for that.
It's a good question. Zach, do we have a timeline on that? Do you know when? There's microphones right there in front of you. That's Scott, yeah.
Still new here. We will report back on a timeline for that. I think we're waiting for additional applications to come in a new round. But I can certainly check tomorrow and get a status update on that.
Perfect. Bruce, does that work for you?
That's good.
Okay. Thank you, Zach.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Any further questions from council at this time? Okay, we currently have, we need a motion to pass it with the addition from Councilmember Duffloff.
Mr. Mayor, I would make a motion to approve the agenda with the added new business item.
Thank you. Can we get a second to the motion, please? Motion's been first and seconded. Can we get a roll call?
Counselor Funderburg,
Aye.
Counselor Duffloff,
Aye.
Counselor Katie McMillan,
Aye.
Counselor Smith, Counselor Dennis McMillan,
Aye.
Counselor McLean.
Aye.
Okay, moving on forward now to the general announcements. Mr. Stockdale?
Thank you, Mayor. Just a couple announcements we'll start with. We have a few new staff members here in Public Works and Parks, and I'll have the directors introduce those for you.
Yeah, hi, if you'll remember during budget talks, we asked for an administrative assistant in the Public Works Department because you guys are tired of my misspelling and all the things that happened and my 5,812 unread emails. So it's been great. We've hired Maricela Duarte and she's new on the team and we're really looking forward to her. She brings a lot to the table. So we're really looking forward to it.
Welcome aboard.
Congratulations.
Miss your-
Yeah.
No, Scott eats them.
Oh,
Oh, true.
So I also have a new member to my department, but I'll go ahead and let Luke do the introduction.
How's it going? So new park and rec coordinator, Brody Bowman. Most popular known to us as one of our flag football coaches for the last 4 years. Spent a lot of time out down there in the field with us and just seeing him grow and see his leadership down here, down at the field with the kids, with us, with our refs. thought he'd be a good addition to the team. So welcome, Brody.
Welcome aboard.
Before off the locks, he's excited.
That'll learn him.
I just wanted to do a brief update. So last week, the police standing committee met at the community center, and there were several. It was a good and I think very productive and lively discussion. Some of the things that we had from that, just some updates. We talked about lights before and lights in that meeting. So as of today, Leon's confirmed all lights that exist today on 7th and 8th Street are on. And so those are there. Some of them are not to the new public works specification standard. There's still sort of that old amber light that we kind of had on a shelf. But we figured something's better than nothing. So those are up and there. And as the new ordered LED standard light comes in, we will coordinate with Pacific Power to get those swapped out. But those are installed as of today. And so we're pretty excited about that. One of the things you'll see, council coming your way. So one of the directions from the standing committee was to look at the possibility of creating grant applications for lights either on or around some of the homes throughout the city, perhaps cameras that may be better suited on individual residences with some sort of agreement. If there was if they received a grant, for example, that maybe there could be coordination with police on those. So we potentially creating grant programs for lights and cameras, and then also looking at doing a little bit more of a analysis on a franchise agreement specifically with Pacific Power and Umatilla Electric. So we already started on some of those reviews of both of those agreements. So those will come jumped a little bit further ahead. So we'll be bringing you some information on that before the end of the year. It sounds a little bit crazy, but there's only like 5 or 6 more meetings before the rest in 2025. So we'll be bringing that to you during that time. But I want to be able to make sure I gave you that update from that meeting. I don't know if Lyle or Kate, if you had anything else maybe you wanted to add from that.
Yeah, I'll be really brief. I just want to say thanks again to the community members who joined us for the standing committee meeting and had their voices heard, and really appreciated everyone showing up and being civil and working together to try to get some real solutions to this issue. Lyle, do you have anything you want to add?
Oh, not really. I think we decided at some point we need to do another meeting.
Yeah, we're gonna do it in the council meeting. We voted to bring it into council. Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
And then just, I met with Sergeant Capers today. We mentioned during the standing meeting about the Flock camera systems, which is a high-tech license plate reading system. The way that system works is we purchase and install those throughout the community, but then it also that gets us into the entire network, which is throughout the United States with that login. And so there's a minimum 6 camera purchase in order to be participate in that program, but he's filling out and getting grant applications turned in for that right now. So we're moving forward on that as well. So some of those systems too. So just wanted to give a brief update that we are trying to move rather rapidly to respond to that important topic. And then lastly, you'll take a look for your inbox here. Tomorrow, I'll be sending out, we're going to be doing like we've done in years past with Rock the Locks to provide you an opportunity to have a tour of the venue, both prior to the event if you would like. So you can kind of look at how it's set up and the logistics and some of the steps and things that we've taken for safety, noise mitigation, and so on. And then during the event as well, and how to coordinate that. So I'll send you all an email. It'll have ways in which you can contact me. And it's not really sign up. It's more of when you're there and as your schedule is there, if you can give me enough lead time, we'll be able to get that coordinated with folks there. But the Thursday time will be in that evening. Some I don't have it finalized yet, so you'll get it tomorrow because I have to work it with the sound professionals. But somewhere between 4:30 p.m. and 6:30 p.m. on that Thursday evening next week. So for that pre-event, so I'll get that more firm in the email for you. But that's open to you and any other guests that you might want to invite to come along with that for that Thursday. So that they all are welcome to kind of get as much information on that as you'd like. So those were my announcements.
This time, we're moving on to the 5.2. Is there any questions on paid invoices before we continue? Okay, no questions. We're moving on to our public comment for this evening. Thank you, Sergeant. The public comment section allows for community members to share their opinions, raise concerns, and provide information directly to City Council. Comments should address city-related issues and must not pertain to items scheduled for a public hearing on the same evening's agenda. If you wish to speak, please complete the sign-up form including the topic you wish to address. Please begin by stating your name and address when you are announced to the podium. Speakers are allotted 5 minutes unless otherwise directed. Please note, comments criticizing city programs and operations are permitted during this segment. However, criticisms of individual city employees is not allowed during public comment period. Concerns regarding city employees should be submitted in writing to the city human resource manager for proper review. Thank you for your cooperation. This time, the first person we have up to the microphone is Ms. Pratt.
Is this on?
Yes.
Okay. Good evening. Good evening, Mayor Sipe, City Council members, and city staff, and everybody else, citizens. My intended outcome for speaking tonight is to encourage all of you to embrace complaints, criticisms, and feedback. I used to own a cookie company for 23 years. I discovered that if a customer complained about anything, it was a gift. They had taken the time and energy to communicate with me. It always made me, my company, all of us better. I realize that a city government is more complicated than a cookie company. However, I offer you some hard-earned wisdom. Listen to the complaints. Embrace the criticism. It's not personal, but part of this is what I think all politicians have signed up for. I don't like to talk in front of groups. It's not easy. I'm not good at it. I struggle with self-confidence. But why would I put myself out here? It's only because I care. I'm sure you've heard that for every one person that complains, there are 26 others that are unhappy and remain silent. The core message here is that one complaint is indicative of a much larger underlying problem. There are a group of us neighbors that have been branded as toxic. And if we don't like what is happening in the city, we can move. The reverse is actually true. We care enough to speak up, ask questions, and risk ridicule and being bad-mouthed on social media. All of that has happened. We care because we want what's also best for the city. Personally, I started coming to council meetings regularly when we discovered at the last minute that huge transmission lines were going to be placed in our view of the river. They could have gone up on Highway 730, but for reasons the city has doubled down on, they were placed in our view. That view is the reason that we purchased our house. I do not know if I will ever get over this upset. The upset of losing our view and knowing that the city could have worked with us to use a different route. I now come to these meetings as much as I can so that I can stay more vigilant in case anything like this might happen again. My discovery in attending the regular meetings is that the city council asks very few questions that I would like answered. I am sometimes squirming in my seat wanting to ask. Yet I have been told that this is not the venue for asking questions, which brings me to my next intended outcome for speaking today. Please schedule regular town hall meetings without set agendas, so that the citizens of this town can ask questions. You've had a town hall for Rock the Locks and the police station, and there are other issues that people want to talk about. Questions asked, answers given. This was discussed several months ago With so many projects happening in the city, it is imperative that people are given a place to learn about it. Please put it as a regular occasion every other month or on some regular scheduled occasion that people can count on. If you really want to know what is important to the citizens, it's imperative that you have a venue for feedback. Only listening to your friends or the people that already agree with you keeps your viewpoint narrow. In a nutshell, my complaints are that there are too many projects all at once. They are moving too fast and too much money is being spent. I think the improvements are a wonderful idea, but slow them down. Rome wasn't built in a day. My request, listen with an intention to learn, not to defend, and please ask more questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Pratt. Next up, we have Mr. Barron.
Josiah Barron, 100 Klein Avenue, Umatilla Chamber of Commerce. Just a few things here. So I did want to mention a member event here. Umatilla More Head Start is having a family community engagement resource fair at their Hermiston location at 502 West Standard Avenue on Thursday, September 18th from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. So lots of resources and information for families. Then also, I wanted to give a shout out to a couple new members that we have that joined the chamber, the Umatilla Hermiston Garden Club. If you like gardening, they meet right here at the council chambers every second Monday of the month at noon, and with the goal of practicing and conserving gardening and nature in the environment, and also educating, passing on to the other people their knowledge about gardening and how we can help with conserving the nature around us, as well as Smart Reading, which is a children's literacy nonprofit organization that envisions in Oregon where all children can read. They're based out of Bend, but currently they partner in our local area. They're partnering with the Umatilla Moral Head Start, including the one here in Umatilla, to have local volunteers read the kids. And through the nonprofit Smart Reading, they do giveaway days for when they have the reading with kids, and they give the books away to kids too as well. And then also, I just wanted to give a reminder, the Umatilla Museum is actually going to be having special hours during Rock the Locks. They'll be open that Friday and Saturday. So Friday, the September 26th and Saturday, September 27th from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. So any people that you know that are planning to go to Rock the Locks, you can send them, because the gates don't open till 11. So you can send them over to the museum. Or if you haven't been there yourself, even though you're a local, there's some great exhibits, great displays in there in the museum right there at 911 6th Street. And then the last thing I wanted to mention is the Rock the Locks guide and map that the chambers worked on this year in collaboration with Parks and Rec is at print right now, but it will have a map of the festival area in there. It will have a list of the vendors, merchandise vendors, and food vendors, the shuttle times and map, the information about local businesses, as well as 10% off discounts for Java Junkies, Maple Moose, The Bridge, Bistro and Brews, Crossroads Truck Stop, and Raise Days. So once again, if you know people that are going to Rock the Locks, when you see them, direct them to some of our great local restaurants. They just have to show that it's not an automatic 10%. They just got to show their Rock the Locks bracelet there at the place, and they can get that discount. But then there'll also be those brochures available as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Josiah.
Next, we have Miss Cahill.
Thanks for the miss, not ma'am. I'm Mary Cahill, 180 Rio Senda. And I didn't know Denise was going to talk tonight or what about. So some of the things she said are similar to what I have to say. But I believe that you've taken this position with an understanding that you are here to establish policies and address community needs and goals. I've heard it said here in council meeting. I've never seen it like this, and I agree. We are definitely divided on a number of issues in our city. Is there some way that we can connect and talk about some of these issues? At the end of meetings, we hear council members thank us, citizens, for standing up and sharing our thoughts and concerns, but we need to have some two-sided conversations. I myself have questions about past, present, and future plans and issues. I propose that we come up with a plan to sit down and with a chat session with question and answer time. I feel like we are not understanding each other's opinions and concerns on many issues right now. And I hope that a question and answer discussion could be an ongoing regular event. I don't know how we can expect to communicate without actually sitting down to communicate. It seems as though that people are not, there's people who believe that others do not want a new police station. From my perspective, this is not at all the case. I have not personally heard or talked to or even read about someone not wanting a new police station. We can all agree that this is very needed. When it just becomes repetitive to hear we need a new police station, we did not disagree with that statement. It feels to me that you are not hearing us. Umatilla median income is about $60,000 a year. 21% of our residents live in poverty. As much as I personally love going to musical events and concerts, 21% of my neighbors would never be able to afford such a luxury. No, this does not mean that we shouldn't have a luxury event, but we need to be sure that our needs are met. As an analogy, if I can't afford food or clothing for my family, then I shouldn't go out and buy an expensive sports car. It would be more logical for me to meet the needs of my family and then purchase a nice, reliable car. I hope that as mayor, councilman, and city officials and employees, you can agree to be neutral parties and good neighbors. We do have good neighbors here. When looking at the wants and needs of our community, when a plan, issue, or event, especially something with a high price tag attached to it, I hope that you'll ask questions, do your research, and be open to all the voices before making a decision. When you are presented with a topic that needs a decision made on it, I hope that you would not be relying on just one side or opinion that might be presented to you at that time. The city can do many great things, and I hope that we don't tell parts of our communities that maybe you need to be in a different city. I've heard I'm listening to the majority. Well, we voted and the majority made the decision. So let's sit down and talk before we try to put it to a vote again. It's hard to be forward thinking when we are not confident in how our city is being managed. It's hard to feel like we're being listened to as citizens if you are told that people that are complaining can just go back under a rock. It's hard to have a conversation when that conversation is one-sided. We all need to communicate and work those issues out on the very best of our abilities. I did write this a couple of weeks ago before the police station standing meeting and the shooting incident. So I do want to applaud you that we did have that meeting and that it was more of an open forum. I know that this wouldn't be appropriate for like this, but if we could have some sort of sit down talk it out so we are communicating. I do appreciate you and your time and your service to our community. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any questions from council at this time? Okay. Moving on now to the consent agenda for September 2nd. We have the minutes for September 2nd for 2025. Any questions on that, council?
No.
Okay, I'm looking for motion of it.
September 2nd.
Thank you. Can we get a second to the motion, please?
I'll second
that.
Go ahead.
Giving that one to Katie. We get a roll call.
Counselor Funderburk.
Aye.
Counselor Duffloff.
Aye.
Counselor Katie McMillan.
Aye.
Counselor Smith. Counselor Dennis McMillan.
Aye.
Counselor McLean.
Aye.
You guys have it. Moving on to our For new business item 9.1, resolution number 092026, a resolution to award the contractor Topani? Topany, thank you. A contract in the amount of $13,656,000 for construction of a new Power City and Brownell Neighbor Water and Sewer Extension Project, and to delegate authority to the city manager of Stockdale to sign all contractual agreements and documents and any further amendments associated with the agreement. Any questions on that, council, as it currently stands?
No.
Okay. Staff, is there any presentation you'd like to give?
No, we solicited proposals. We received 5 bids. Those are all recapped for you and outlined in the packet. The cost came in significantly lower than our engineer's estimate, which was great news, especially on the sewer side, which is the one that we're pulling the larger loan for. So we were happy to see the cost savings there. And we're excited to get rolling on this project. It's been a long time coming.
Yeah. Perfect. Well, congratulations and thanks for the hard work. If there's no further questions, we're looking for a motion as it currently stands.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion. We approve new business item 9.1, the motion to approve resolution 09-2026.
Thank you for your motion, sir. Can we get a second to the motion?
I'll second that motion.
Thank you, Mr. McLean. Can we get a roll call?
Counselor Counselor Funderburk.
Aye.
Counselor Duffloff.
Aye.
Counselor Katie McMillan.
Aye.
Counselor Smith. Counselor Dennis McMillan.
Aye.
Counselor McLean.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Moving on to 9.2, the additional item on the agenda from Mr. Duffloff about approving the recommendation. Mr. Duffloff, do you have any comments you'd like to add and discuss your motion?
All I'm looking for is a motion to approve me to direct a resolution to present to the council for support of the city bond for the police station.
Okay. Before we continue, I had a quick question. Dave, we know we talked to legal counsel about this. Did they look at all Oregon state law or did they look at particular laws?
I guess I'm not, what do you mean, Mayor?
So I was thinking about this and mulling this over for a while, and I stumbled across ORS 260665. And it's an ORS basically saying that if we attempt to solicit votes by the exchange of money, then we would be interfering with the voting process when we'd be in violation of that ORS. Is that, do they look at that law in particular?
What are you referring to for exchanging of money?
The giving, what was the term of the phrase of use? They called it
Public Safety Center credit?
Yes.
Yeah, so we have, I mean, we solicited the legal opinion from League of Oregon Cities and presented that, maybe 2 months ago, I believe, to the council. And they do a comprehensive review of what's out there. And we got the report back from Jamie Pierce, lead counsel at the League of Oregon Cities.
Okay.
So,
And did we send it to the Secretary of State as well to look through Safe Harbor, or we just do it through the Oregon League of Cities?
So we're working with Secretary of State's office right now on the content for information that we're sending out. You can only submit 5 submittals to them. We've been going back and forth with them for about a month now on that, but they review the content and the materials coming out for their optional Safe Harbor program. They don't, to the best of my knowledge, I'm not sure that they review whether what we're offering is something that we can or can't do that way. We have that's what they would, I can't necessarily speak for them, but I would say that they would probably defer us to our attorney.
Okay.
So my question, Mayor, would be, what does this have to do with my motion?
That I don't think that as a council.
That would be the content of something that is presented by somebody else. This is merely the council supporting the bond that is going out.
I understand, and I'm saying
has
that
nothing to do with any ORS.
Excuse me, but it does.
It does not.
Okay, so this ORS talks about ensuring that we're following voting laws.
So does the bond say anything in the bond, particularly that we're crediting anything back?
Yes.
So with that in mind, sir, this is only to support that bond being presented.
Correct. And so my concern is that if we're supporting something that is potentially
I would ask the
And my-
council, the voting members who have votes to support this or not. That's my whole point, sir. So again, I make a motion
I haven't called the question, sir.
asking. It
You don't-
doesn't
nope.
matter, sir.
I can declare you out of order and I can ask you to stop. So
No,
I haven't, yes.
no, I can make a motion at any time, sir. It's well within my legal right.
Mr. Dufloff, you are considered out of order this meeting. Can you please cease?
And thank you, sir.
Thank you.
That's what I needed.
Is there any further discussions on this matter at this time? With no further discussion, is there a motion? Mr. Dufloff, do you have a motion?
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion, we approve a direction for me to write a resolution for this council to pass to support the police bond.
Thank you for your motion. Can we get a second to the motion? Can we get a roll call?
Counselor Funderburk,
Aye.
Counselor Duffloff,
Aye.
Counselor Katie McMillan,
Aye.
Counselor Smith,
Aye.
Counselor Dennis McMillan,
Aye.
Counselor McLean.
Aye.
Okay, the ayes have it. Moving on now to our public comment section of this time. Nothing on with public comment. We have a discussion item here for section 11.1, a draft for the 2025-2027 city council goals.
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. So we brought this to your workshop a couple months back and got some general direction on, for the most part, that you were pretty satisfied with the majority of the goals there, and then to add some additional emphasis on public safety. And so I can kind of highlight that a little bit. So objective 1.2 is updated a little bit. We brought in that National Association of the Chiefs of Police standard of 1,000, 2 officers per 1,000. Sorry, the International Association of Chiefs of Police recommendation of 2 officers per 1,000 residents. Right now we have 2 officers per 1,030 is what our numbers look like right now. When that's 16 sworn officers, including the chief. So what we've put in here is to maintain at least the existing adopted levels that you have now, and then to work towards getting closer to that 2 officers per 1,000. In follow-up to that, we had added the objective 1.3 to construct a new Umatilla Police Station and to seek to utilize federal, state, and enterprise zone funding to cover the debt services whenever possible. And then we added a couple other small changes or in there, mostly into your other sections that talk about continuing to work with trying to work with other taxing districts as well. I apologize, I lost my notes page, and so I don't know what happened to that. So I apologize for that, but I can pull that back up and get you more highlights if you'd like. But we had this published for you on Friday. I haven't received any questions, but I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have now.
No, I thought it's organized really well, sir.
Yep, I think it looks good.
Apologize that I don't have my notes.
You're fine.
I can't get into the
Is there any
file right
questions from
now.
council as it currently stands?
No questions.
Okay. No questions? Bruce, you're happy with it?
But I do have a comment. I mean, I'm, shortest person in tenure here. And, it's been my observation. I actually came to this organization, and thinking back about it, it was, part of my introductory statements that I thought that, social media and, where we are as a society has taken away the ability for people to talk to each other, as talked about today. And, inappropriate now, but I do want to go on record of saying I would really like to have this body discuss the next time we go through these goals about building. I don't really want a concrete framework, but I'd like for us to talk about some sort of mentorship and growing, ability to grow people, to have experiences, to step into city council jobs or planning commission jobs and be better prepared. I would also like at the same time for us to talk about, maybe some, teaming with the school district and putting together some sort of experience program for appropriate high school students to be a city councilor for a day or mayor for a day or mayor for a meeting. I just think we're falling behind as a society by not getting people to understand governance in the state of Oregon is not easy. There are plenty of rules and regulations that tie our hands every time we turn around, and anything we can do to make people more comfortable talking with people. I'd like to, just stick that as something I would like to add. It's a huge time commitment, and I don't have time for it, but I'd like to bring it up as something to add next year.
I think that's a great thing to add, Bruce.
So we added that comment from you had our last session, Bruce. So your objective 4.4.1 is to create a city services academy. The program will provide a series of interactive sessions where participants will meet with other community members, explore how city services are planned, funded, and delivered, and provide a behind the scenes look into city operations and projects or programs. And so the intent there of creating that type of program was that OCCMA and city manager there at City of Philomath, Chris Workman, they've created what they call their Citizens Committee. I don't really particularly care for that name too much. So we kind of try to come up with something else this way. But the idea there, so what they do is they do 9 programs. It kicks off in the late summer, early fall. They do 9 different sessions. If somebody attends 7 of those, they graduate through the program. They get presentations and certificates from the city council and from the mayor through that program. Nobody has to register. You can sign up for it and you can come. You just need to sign in when you're there. And so it's just sort of an open invitation to anybody who wants to come, because not everybody is interested in getting a certificate of all 9, but maybe they're interested in 1 or 2 or 3, and maybe some want to get that graduation from that program. And so kind of like the program they have set up, if you can go to City of Philomath, you can look at their Citizens Academy page. We'll probably be looking at modeling something very similar to what they've had. Their program actually won an award from the League of Oregon Cities, so we're looking at trying to do something similar.
Great, you're ahead of me.
Just to remind everyone, we used to have a program, and I can't remember. Years ago, it was student council, and Jacob Vanderveer. Yes, please.
Yep.
So it was the Student Advisory Council, actually in your charter, and our daughter was actually the first founding member of that group. And I remember students involved in that for a number of years. We've tried to get that going again from the school district for quite some time, and didn't work out.
Okay.
And so I think Dave's idea was great, and we'd be more than happy to.
Okay. Thank you for your input.
Yeah, I knew there was something that we did in the past. I just remember Jacob. That's oh.
The youth council was extremely active when Bob Ward was here, and fell out of the way when Russ Hellberg started and didn't ever.
Right. It's been years.
It wasn't for lack of trying, like you said, we tried to rebid it 2 separate times. We tried in 2019 to get it back up and running again, and then we tried it again in 2022, right before and right after COVID. We tried to meet and work, and we never had. We met with. You came with me on one of those. I can't remember who we met with, but we anyway, we weren't able to get anybody back in and signed up for that program, but we can certainly bring it back. It's in our city code. I don't believe it's in our charter, but it's in our code. No problem.
Okay, any other further questions or comments from council as it currently stands?
Nope.
Okay, this time, staff, I think we're good to bring it back for a motion and put it on a new business item.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you. Time moving on to the mayor's message, and first want to say thank you so much to the community members who came tonight, and I want to say thank you for giving your public comments, and really appreciate your guys' continued support. It's definitely important at this time, especially to hear from voices that are being silenced, and we want to make sure that you're being heard and you're being listened to, and it's not just from me. So I want to say thank you. I do want to say that it is very frustrating as the person who's the chairman of this meeting to have to enforce rules. It's very disappointing that we have civil we have disagreements, and sometimes arguments that boil over. We got to make sure that we're following the council rules and that we're still maintaining proper order to our meetings. We got to make sure that we're doing that as a council. And that's my sole job to ensure that we're doing that. And this evening I failed that, and I will strive towards working towards a better and more cohesive council and work on that as it goes. But that's all I have for this evening. Thank you. I also want to say thank you to the new staff members joining on board, and hopefully we don't scare the new ones off too badly. Scott, you gotta be nice to this one. Okay. Thanks, Scott. All right, at that time, let's go ahead and do council information discussion. Councilmember Funderburk.
I say thank you so much for getting those lights up so quick. That was just talked about. Thank you so much. We appreciate that very much. And oh, sorry. Thank you for putting the lights up in very quickly. And also, it's great having the ribbon cutting for the bridge. Glad it's there and it looks great. And yeah, it took a long time. So we're great that it's there. That's about it. Thank you.
Councilmember Fluff.
Yeah, that's amazing. 6 years working on that bridge. I can't believe the cost of it is $4.2 million. It's amazing. Huh?
6.2.
6.2. $6.2 million for a bridge.
Wow. I'm writing that down.
Yes, and the water line. Thank heavens. Thank God for water. It's just amazing how much money things cost, especially when you're a municipality and you have to pay. Yes. Yes, the new lights. Thank you very much. I'll just leave it at that. That's it.
Thank you, Councilmember McMillan. Katie McMillan, I should specify.
Sorry. I just want to say, with everything going on in this world today, especially the things that have happened this last, week or two and everything, we need to embrace the differences that everybody has. We appreciate people coming in and telling us their differences. This world would be so boring if we were all the same. And so we appreciate the differences. And I hate that there's all this chaos and this hate across different pathways. You guys are getting hate just for voicing your opinion. That's not okay. People just need to love more, need to be kind more, need to appreciate the differences in life. And just like I said, after the things that have been going on this last week or two, I just wish people to embrace that so much more, that it's not worth it, to go with the chaos, the violence. It's not worth it. So I just wish that people would be a little more open to just everything. Just love people, just love. So, and I do appreciate you guys all coming out and everything. So have a good night.
Thank you, Councilmember. Councilmember Smith.
All meetings. I think that would be a wonderful thing. We have the police standing committee. Yeah, now I've got it on. Start over. I'd like to speak in support of town hall meetings. We had the police committee meeting Thursday, I believe it was. And that was wonderful. People got to express what they were feeling. Things happened. We haven't accomplished all of it yet. Nothing happens that fast. But I think the more we have town hall meetings, where even open subject ones, the more we as a council will know what the city wants. But at the same time, the people that show up for those kind of meetings are the most active. And it does not mean that because they have more voices at any one meeting that they have a real majority. But I would love to see these at least quarterly, if not more often. Other than that, I would just like to back what Katie said. It's amazing how much hate there is in this world now. I don't know if everybody's heard about the hangings in Mississippi, where there are 2 college students hung, one black, one white, yesterday. This world is going to hell. And we need to make Umatilla not one of those places. that we can discuss our differences and come to what is best for all of us. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, I'd like to
Valen.
congratulate and welcome the two new employees to the city as well. And to reflect on what these guys have said, when you said, I would like to have a back and forth conversation. A lot of people, there's a lot of people that they don't realize. I mean, we put a lot of time going through these agendas and going through, I mean, you know, laws and everything else like that. And there is a lot to it. And there's a lot of times our hands are tied, depending on, kind of Bruce was saying, there's a lot of times that it just is the way things are, but you know, we can't express that from here to you there. So a town hall or something like that, it would be good so we can hammer out ideas as well as, you know, see each other's point of view. So I agree with you. I think that would be a great thing to have. But anyway, I'm just going to keep it short and you know, thanks for expressing that. And anyway, have a good night.
Councilmember McLean.
Yeah, thank you, everybody, for being here. The public, staff, city staff, a little probably unnoticed thing for Public Works Department. It's really nice to see how how quickly you were able to clean up the unfortunate demise of a street light on a Sunday morning. Amazing how quickly it happens and how quickly it got picked up. It could easily go unnoticed, but I happened to I drove by while the light was there and I drove by 2 hours later and yeah, the light was being picked up. Yeah. Other than that, you know, we kind of seem to enjoy stories about the latest way I got myself into trouble. So today's story is days are getting shorter, and apparently it's been cool enough or enough of a weather change that wasps are getting a whole lot more aggressive. So, you know, just something as people are working through late summer projects, fall projects, watch out where wasps are. That's it.
Yeah, say I got to see your hand in the aftermath, and
Yeah, you don't see
hopefully
ugly
the
looking
swelling
things
gets
I got.
reduced soon, Bruce. That looks pretty awful. Okay, at this time, council, if there's no further other comments we'd like to make, we're looking for a motion to adjourn.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion. We adjourn the meeting.
Thank you for the motion. Can we get a second to the motion, please?
I'll second that.
Thank you for your second. Roll call, please.
Counselor Funderburk.
Aye.
Counselor Duffloff.
Aye.
Counselor Katie McMillan.
Aye.
Counselor Smith.
Aye.
Counselor Dennis McMillan.
Aye.
Counselor McLean.
Bye.
Sorry, I put him to work for a second.
This meeting's adjourned.
Sorry.
Sorry, this meeting's adjourned. I got sidetracked. Thank you.